Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. You guys know how I feel about Bitcoin maximalists, right? They're a bunch of unsophisticated, knuckle-dragging, mouth-breathing troglodytes with cashew-sized brains. Can't even get their own shirts on without assistance in the morning. Walking around wearing helmets for their own safety. Living under a bridge. Next to a warm dumpster fire. Eating room temperature cottage cheese. Charging passers-by Bitcoin, which can delay their travel over said bridge by several days in times of high congestion. You know how I feel about those people, right? They're a bunch of toxic, unhinged, ridiculous humans. Oops. Trolls. They're a bunch of trolls. So I want to share with you something that one of these particular creatures stated. Because there's a guy that has over 500,000 followers on X, formerly known as Twitter. And he shared publicly that XRP has a patent that was filed for it in 1988. That's right, XRP, there's a patent filed for XRP in 1988. Which ended up getting approved, and he shared the document. Oh, bombshell. My gosh, you can't wait. Are you at the edge of your seat yet? This guy's freaking ridiculous. It's none other than Max Keiser. But before going any further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Now look, I always push back against the toxic nonsense, and I like to poke fun at it a little bit because what can you do but laugh sometimes at the absolute tribalism that comes from some of these people that have really heavy Bitcoin bags and maybe not spectacular thinking capacity. You know, these aren't the greatest thinkers of our day. Limited cognitive abilities, I think it's safe to say. And a lot of these people, even if they're not stupid, they have this ideological bend that is vomit-inducing, you know? And I noticed this when I first jumped into crypto in 2017. I remember jumping in, finding out about Bitcoin, researching a bunch of other altcoins, getting all excited about it, and for good reason. Here we are 6 years later, I'm just as excited, but I remember first coming across this and I was like, oh, this is so cool. There's like this big crypto community and I can be a part of it, and there really is something to it because I figured out earlier, like I was sold pretty early on like, oh yeah, this is here to stay, and I've articulated why a number of times. But then I quickly found out that since I liked XRP early on, that I became the enemy of many who were there before me. That's right, the toxic Bitcoin maxi trolls. And I am a bit tired of it, and it is really stupid, S-T-O-O-P-I-D, stupid. Here's a headline from the Crypto Basic. XRP pundit mocks Bitcoin and Chainlink maxis, lobbying BlackRock and bankers. Let me just share with you a smidge of this first. In a recent tweet, Neatsbucks, a prominent figure within the XRP community, highlighted the shifting dynamics in the crypto landscape as regards to hostility towards XRP. Neatsbucks reminisced with Bitcoin maximalists and Chainlink enthusiasts often derided XRP as a banker's S-word coin. The sentiment was because XRP was seen as a digital asset designed to benefit financial institutions alongside the general public. And I'll just pull up this as a note. I'm not going to read through this, but this is here's a headline. This is from June 20th, 2017. Ripple XRP is for the banks, not you. And then they go on to tout a bunch of things that aren't true about, they write Ripple is centralized, and I mean, technically that's true because Ripple's a company, but they mean XRP. So they're saying the things they're saying. And so you'd see this stuff all the damn time. And it's so rich to me looking back upon all of this because XRP was the banker's coin, right? But they'd also, at the other side of the mouth, say, but none of the banks are using it, so ha. So which is it? Is it the banker's coin because bankers are using it, or is it not the banker's coin because bankers are not using it? And they'd say both at the same time. It wasn't a coherent thought process. They had to say things, right? And of course, years later, Jack Mallers came along. You guys know Jack Mallers? Ended up founding a firm called Strike, and part of what they're doing is positioning Bitcoin in conjunction with Lightning Network technology as a bridge currency. They're positioning Bitcoin as a bridge currency, very similar to how Ripple's positioning XRP as a bridge currency. But you don't see Bitcoin getting called a banker's coin by these same idiots. They like to say things because reasons, right? There's never been a lot of critical thinking behind what these people, they just spew stuff because they feel threatened, I guess, or whatever their reasons are. And so I've been seeing this crap for the longest damn time, but there are some people that are so over the top, so obviously disingenuous, it's amazing to me that even their followers will listen to them. Because if you're following a quote unquote influencer with over 500,000 followers on, for instance, X, and he's one of the most well-known Bitcoin and maximalists in this case in the entire world, if he's going to lie to you about something so obvious as XRP having a patent for it in 1988, wouldn't you kind of wonder what the hell else he might be saying that's not true to you? Wouldn't you kind of wonder? Might you think, hey, this guy might not be operating in good faith because who's he tricking with this? And so here's what happened. There's a tweet. It started here. This is technically June 23rd. He retweeted, it was back then it was called retweeting. Now it's called reposting something from John Deaton. And John Deaton at the time on June 21st actually wrote, "What is inconsistent is that so many Bitcoin maxis fancy themselves libertarians and then applaud or celebrate the massive and gross overreach by the SEC." Yeah, and so I'll just note, Attorney Deaton had pointed that out about Max Keiser. He's against the big government, this or that, until the big government was coming after what he didn't like, which was Ripple and XRP. And so John Deaton is pointing out that ideological inconsistency because with Max Keiser, it's not about what is true. He just wants a thing, truth be damned, lead his followers astray. It doesn't matter. He just, as long as he gets what he wants, he will lie to you. And so on June 23rd, he reposted that from Deaton, and he said, "Of course the SEC is overreaching, but that won't stop them from killing off XRP and every other S-word coin, except Bitcoin, of course. It's untouchable. Because there is virtually no rule of law whatsoever in Wall Street/finance for those with money and clout. Brad Garlinghouse has been spending a lot of time keeping his Ponzi scheme going, but he can't outspend the feds and Jamie Dimon. It's just a matter of when, not if XRP gets cut down." Okay, so I unpacked that at the time that he posted this because it's completely absurd, so I don't want to spend much time on this. I'm just showing you what led to the latest comments with him. But I would like to have a little ha-ha, like Nelson from The Simpsons, because I'll tell you what, this aged like a fine milk. XRP is the only large cap coin on the entire damn planet that has legal clarity in the United States. Not even Bitcoin has that. And he said XRP was going to get cut down. No. Aged like a fine milk, you damn idiot stick. Now, there was this, and this is what brings us up to, this is yesterday, September 24th. Somebody named Fidlaff shared a screen grab of a post from Anthony Pompliano, another Bitcoin maximalist, on August 31st, rather, of 2017. So just a few months before I actually jumped into crypto. And this is before he became a maximalist. So he was always really big on Bitcoin, even at that point. But he wasn't the toxic maximalist that he had ended up becoming. And so at the time, Anthony Pompliano wrote, "If you think Bitcoin went on a tear once CNBC and institutional investors learned about it, just wait till they discover Ripple XRP." And so, of course, he conflated Ripple and XRP, but whatever. He was saying something positive about XRP, which you will not find him saying today. Absolutely not. He was obviously very happy that Ripple got sued by the SEC, and he thought that Ripple was in the wrong. So, of course, his perspective also aged like a fine milk, but it's fun to come back and review this now that we have the benefit of hindsight, isn't it? And so that was reposted by Max Keiser, and this brings us to the latest comment. There's this screen grab of a patent that was filed and approved, and it was filed by David Schwartz, who, of course, as everyone knows, is a co-creator of XRP and the XRP ledger. So this was filed August 25th, 1988, and this patent got approved. The date was June 18th, 1991. So it took the government a while to get it approved, but it ended up getting approved. And it's just for a distributed computer system. I've talked about this before on the channel. In fact, here's an old headline from the Next Web. This is from August 16th, 2018. Ripple CTO invented a distributed computer system 20 years before blockchain. Ask him about it. And he did. Distributed computer system. So that's what this patent is for. Everyone knows about it. I covered it for the first time probably several years ago when it for the first time got widely circulated. I just thought it was cool. And it also led to a bunch of silly speculation and conspiracy theories about, David Schwartz actually creating Bitcoin. There's no truth to any of this. There's no evidence, certainly. But setting that aside, here we have this being displayed by genuine idiot Max Keiser, and here we can see he has 534,400 followers. And he posted this and wrote, "XRP is centralized S-word, as you can plainly see from the patent." So there you go. He's sharing with his over 500,000 followers that this is an XRP patent and that the patent proves that XRP itself is centralized. Now, of course, he didn't stop to think through the nonsense that he's spewing here, because that would mean that XRP is the oldest cryptocurrency and that Bitcoin came after XRP. Now, he probably didn't think about that when he was posting this, because just whatever. I wonder who is falling for this. And I guess I said to it at the outset of the video, the people that need help getting the shirts on in the morning, the people who walk around wearing helmets every single day everywhere for their own safety. Who else? Who else but them? The toxic Bitcoin unhinged maxi trolls, But it's, an incoherent concept. And so here you have attorney Bill Morgan of the XRP community reposting this and said, Max Keiser can't understand the difference between a patent over an invention and a permissionless functioning blockchain that anyone can build on based on the design that was invented. It has nothing to do with centralization. Satoshi could have patented his Bitcoin invention if he did not decide to forever hide behind anonymity. Had he done so, it would not have changed how Bitcoin functions, or that it's made to be decentralized. Yeah, and so not only that, just understand that also, we know who came up with the idea for XRP. It was Jed McCaleb. Jed McCaleb came up with the idea, and there's actually documentation proving that Jed McCaleb actually recruited David Schwartz to work on the project with him. It was Jed McCaleb that came up with the idea. And then Arthur Britto also came along and worked with him. But there's proof of this. There's documents of all this, and they're public. I've highlighted them on the channel before. So clearly, this isn't some sort of it's just a distributed computer system. That's it. And the way that it's written up, it wouldn't apply to XRP Ledger or Bitcoin the way that it's designed specifically. Because there's so many differences from a technological perspective. Now, it's probably outside of the scope of getting into that, because getting in the technical nitty-gritty, I don't know that that's necessary either. I just want to push back against idiot sticks when they say stupid things. And so to bring the point home further, I love this one. If you can look at your screen, it's worth it. We got a good graphic here. This comes from Ripple employee Neil Hartner. And this is an actual patent on your screen here from somebody named James D. Williams. And this patent is for animal ear protectors. Patented November 18th, 1980. And the picture of this device is hilarious looking. I don't know what the guy was thinking. I don't understand the utility of this from looking at it, but it is funny. And so anyway, Neil Hartner shared this actual patent and wrote, "Hey, Max Keiser, I bet you think this is a patent to Doge." I got a kick out of that. I was like, yep. Now, I don't think Max Keiser is actually stupid. I call him that because he's just misleading people, and he's horrible to do that. See, that's the thing. He's intentionally, that is what he's doing. He's intentionally deceiving people. Whoever is stupid enough to fall for it, he's happy to trick his own followers. That's what I find so disgusting about him. It's repulsive that he behaves like this. I don't think he's actually stupid. I just think he's a bad person. But as displayed by his behavior, because he's intentionally leading that many people. He's a highly influential figure. He's speaking at all of the Bitcoin maxi troll conferences. Like in Miami and all that crap. And they highlight him all the time. He's on national television all the time. In fact, he has or had his own show on RT. It is what it is. I'm just saying here. So I just wanted to take a moment to tear that down, laugh at it, and hopefully nobody listening here actually would have fallen for that. I'm assuming none of you guys would have. But it's just sad because that some people actually might believe this, especially if they're new to crypto. And then they're thinking false stuff because this guy's misleading them. He is a net negative to the entire crypto space. He's a net negative for even in the Bitcoin community, he's a net negative because he's a liar. It feels good. It's cathartic. Every time I get to speak I'm so glad I have this channel. It's cathartic. I feel, this is a good way to start the day. Just bitch about Max Keiser. I feel so good now. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.